Woo! We're having quite an attack tonight. Thank you. Thank you for hanging with me, guys. I'm on the last few minutes, so just bear with me and we'll be wrapping up. Hopefully you're able to see me from the screen. I'm so sorry for all of the interruptions. Somebody does not want you guys getting all this information. So thank you for hanging with me. Thank you for continuing to try to find me. We're at the very end of the very last training, and I am not giving up. I'm going to keep coming back, and you guys are not getting rid of me that quickly, that soon. So we're going to wrap this up, and we're going to end it strong. Diamond strong, all right? Diamond strong. Say a breath prayer over our internet. I am still here, and I'm still with you guys. All right, so what I was telling you about was some of the other resources that we have in development. The DVDs will be out soon. Just look for them over the next 4 to 6 weeks. The Game Plan app is going to let you watch your business. It's going to be awesome. I never develop anything without a lot of really good content in it. So it's going to be loaded with content and goal setting. And it's going to show you exactly how far you are away from the goals that you're setting in tangible graphs. It's going to be amazing. So we're working on that. Also in development, the Game Planner, which is a planner customized off the Game Plan book. So specifically off of the book, a hard copy of the planner. And then you've heard me tease it a few times, Game Plan 2. Likely coming sometime in 2018. That's going to be for silvers and above. And if you guys are implementing all the stuff from Game Plan, y'all will be silvers before Game Plan 2 comes out. And you're going to need that book. So I've got over 150 pages of notes for it already based off dozens and dozens of interviews. And it's going to be just as solid as this book with just as many scripts and just as many tools and just as many resources and just as many ideas, how to do retreats, how to do recognition, so many things in Game Plan 2 that's going to bless your socks off. And I'm in the process of writing it. It takes me a good year to write a book, so give me a little grace. Kristen says I'll be a platinum before 2018. How about y'all be diamond, right? Y'all be diamond by 2018. So it's coming. Your entire strategy shifts and the chessboard changes when you hit silver. So that book is for silver and above. Silver and above. You guys have asked about the CDs. There are only 2 CDs. You've got the Audible version of Game Plan, which we're not having in CD format. It just came out today. And then the 101, which is up on the website. And we're not selling that. So there are no CDs coming out. We just have the books. And then we've got the DVDs. So don't be looking for any CDs. You have freedom to download the 101 audio and burn your own CDs off of that, but we're never going to charge you for that. There are no CDs coming out, so do not look for them. Appendix M, which is the very last appendix in the book, goes through all the language in Young Living so that you understand your PV, your PGV, what it takes to go to silver, what it takes to be a Royal Crown Diamond. The PowerPoint hopefully we'll have up later tonight, if not tomorrow morning, so just check tomorrow. And then at the very end of the book is a certificate for finishing boot camp, for getting it all done. And all of you guys have earned the right to print that sucker out because you've stuck with it all the way to the end. So you can print it in full color. It's at the oilabilityteam.com website for your leaders. So when you start on Monday and you're doing this with your leaders and you're duplicating the system again and again and again and again and again, print them off at the end and you sign them and you give them to your leaders and say congratulations for finishing boot camp. What about recognition for those that finish? Maybe you are a leader and you really want to do some recognition with your team. Well, that's why we set up the Game Plan store. We just did that yesterday. So if you go to oilabilityteam.com, there's a little button there that says shop. I'll tell you, we're not making anything off of that. I mean, pennies, pretty much nothing off of it. The reason we designed it is because we wanted you guys to have some fun with recognition, whether it's a hashtag Diamond Rising mug or a hashtag Poverty Over hat or a bag that you want to put all their books in that you're sending everything down to them in when they finish. Whatever you want to gift them, there's tons of stuff. Somebody told me today that we need a hashtag Let's Break the Stage. Hashtag Diamond Rising shirt, which I thought was really funny. That was really good. We broke Amazon. We broke Facebook. We broke PayPal. We broke the website. Hashtag Let's Break the Stage. You guys are sick. So that's why we set up the Game Plan store with hats, t-shirts, mugs, bags. It's just ideas so that you can keep this training in the forefront of your leaders' minds, and it makes recognition easy on you guys. So print off a certificate, sign it, send them a $10 Diamond Rising mug, just to encourage them for finishing. When they finish, gift them the Audible book so they can continue to train their brain. Or give them 2 game plan books and 2 workbooks so they can train 2 to train 2. So as soon as you finish, you need to have at least 2 people that you're leading through the next round of boot camp. All right, at least 2 people. one more resource, and I've been saving this for the final night, which I'm really, 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 really excited about. Remember I told you Steve Sheridan, my amazing friend who's a gold down in San Antonio, Texas, is hand shipping all of those mini books, like all those books. He's crazy. He's doing it again with the bulk orders of Game Plan and the Game Plan workbook. By him offering that to us, we can now offer you faster shipping than CreateSpace when you are ordering, and 50% off for life. So every single time you place a bulk order, whether you're doing a mix and match of workbooks and game plan books for your team, or whether you're ordering 25 of the workbooks or 25 of the game plan books, we can give you half off the books, which is crazy. This is almost a 300-page book for $10. Like, that's insane. I don't know any other leadership training out there you can get that cheap. Like, nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. Because we have a mission, and our mission is to get these books into as many hands as we possibly can. As many hands as we possibly can. And keep the price as low as we possibly can. So now when you click on bulk orders on the website, you can now get all the books for half off. Because Steve is hand shipping these things out to you guys by himself. He's insane. He's absolutely insane. But that means that the books are now $10, and the workbooks, which have 26 different assignments in them, are $7.50. $7.50. So 50% off forever. And that's going to save you guys a lot of money. A lot of money. And his shipping time is faster than CreateSpace, which means we can get them into your hands even faster. So a huge shout out to Steve Sheridan. So just know that if you have been ordering bulk off CreateSpace, you're going to see different instructions now when you go for the bulk orders, because we got them for you cheaper. And that price is not changing unless Steve Sheridan says, I can't do this anymore. All right. For now, that's a system we have in place. He's absolutely, absolutely amazing. All right. I'm cooling my phone off. Okay. Whew. What next? What's now? We just took you through all of the appendixes. We literally just finished the very last page in the book. Now it's your turn, guys. It's your turn. The ball is in your court. You can take this training, you can walk away forever changed, and you can implement all that you've learned, or you can take this training and you can explode your team by duplicating it. Duplicate the training. How do you duplicate it? Get 2 books, get 2 workbooks, and get 2 people on your team to go through boot camp. Go through it with them. All the videos, all the reading, all the workbook assignments, okay? All the videos, all the reading, all the workbook assignments. In 5 weeks, do it again. Those 2 people, they bring 2 more people into your organization, and they do 2 books, 2 workbooks, and they watch all of the videos with their 2 people. Those 2 people are training 2 of their own. That is how the system works. 531,000 people in a year on your team if you train 2 to train 2. You don't have to write the book. You don't have to record the videos. It's all up there. It's all ready to go for you. Utilize the website. Utilize the Facebook page. Utilize the resources we put together for you. If you don't have any leaders, use the mini. Hand them out like candy, all right? Use the book. Use the audiobook. Use the recognition. Hand out the mini books. Use the website. There are dozens of resources on that website. Just go on and get lost in it. We're going to be adding more and more and more things in the coming weeks. If you sign up for the newsletter, which is a little box that pops up on the website, you're going to get updates the day that we release the cell phone app. You're going to get updates the day that planner comes out. You're going to be the first one to know when Game Plan 2 comes out. If I organize the retreat that y'all are asking for, you're going to be the very first person to be able to get tickets before that retreat sells out in 24 hours. So you'll be the first to know. So make sure that your name goes on the newsletter so you can get updates on stuff. I want you to pause for just 1 second and walk with me for 1 second. You have just finished the most rigorous training in all of Young Living. In all of Young Living, 25 hours of live video, 270 pages of reading, 26 workbook assignments. It was intense. 25 days. You just ran a marathon for Young Living, an absolute marathon. And you're not who you were at the beginning when we first started this. I'm seeing a lot of confidence changes in you guys as leaders. Many of you didn't even know if you wanted to do this as a business, and somebody sucker punched you to watch in the first video, and now you are hooked. I've seen some of you jump 2 ranks just since you started doing the boot camp 5 weeks ago. Train 2 to train 2. Train 2 to train 2, and don't ever forget who you are. You are a diamond. You're a diamond. All right, let me show you how I know that. 2.5 years ago, I was sitting where you guys are right now. I had my starter kit in my hand. I was just starting a business. I didn't even know that I was starting a business. In the last 2.5 years, I've stood in the fields of almost every Young Living farm. I took a trip every single month, May through November last year. I've had many, many private conversations with Gary and Mary and Jared Turner and Mike Bush and Lauren Walker and Nikki Davis. I spent an afternoon swimming in the pool in Ecuador with the entire events team 8 weeks ago. I've watched my daughter play with Gary's horses for an entire day on a silent farm in Mona when nobody was there. I've interviewed the farm employees. I've opened the doors, and I've gone when nobody was there to get the real story of the farms, which is exactly, by the way, what you're told from Young Living, because there's integrity. I've interviewed people who've worked for Gary for 18 years. I've made friends in Australia, Malaysia, Japan, Singapore, South Korea, all 50 states, Ecuador, Mexico, Belgium, Germany, the Czech Republic, Puerto Rico, and so many other places. Many of these friends I talk to every single month, and we became close by going on corporate trips together, and some of these people are some of my closest friends. I didn't have that life before. 2 years ago, I got up at 4 a.m. I sat in a 12 by 12 anchoring booth. I talked to a wall for 8 hours, came home totally exhausted, ready to collapse, homeschooled my children for 7 hours, and then was mom taxi, made food, and collapsed. That was my life. I had no friends. I didn't have a life. I didn't even know what a friend circle was when I started Young Living until I started developing friends by getting out there and meeting people. And the best thing is Young Living paid for it. They sent me on these trips. I've grown closer to my family. I've watched my mother, who was abused for 40 years by my dad, who's an alcoholic. I watched her buy a house. I watched my sister retire from 3 jobs. One of them, she was working 60 hours a week as a Walmart manager for years and years and years. I watched my sister-in-law retire from her $10 an hour job. Her husband is legally blind. She's able to be home and take care of her family. We're about to retire my brother-in-law this year. My husband retired as a software developer for a Fortune 500 company in September 6 months ago. I retired from radio 1 year after I got my kit, a year ago, August. I'm talking major lifestyle changes in our family. 100 leaders on my team are walking the same path, either retired or semi-retired. They believe. They see where this goes. We have 8 people that are up for silver this month on our team. We have 2 people due for silver gold this month on our team. We have 1 person on our team this month due for platinum. They've all done this in less than 2 years. All of them. Every single one of them, because I've only had my organization for 2.5 years, guys. I've interviewed nearly every major figure at corporate so that my team, and now you guys through the oilabilityteam.com website, would have a chance to meet corporate and know them intimately. I'll put the interviews up on the website so you guys can see them. I've laid my hands on 1,000 people and spread oil on their skin. I stood before rooms full to the doorways with people with standing room only, and I taught the same lecture to weary moms, 4 of them, in a small house hosted by an elderly couple that just wanted to get some time away for these moms. I've taught 101 classes on the Aegean Sea off the coast of Greece in a kayak. And I've taught a 101 class during a zipline course in Hawaii. And I signed most of our post office staff in Bath, New York to my team. And I signed the woman at the gas station and the guy checking me out at Old Navy and the TSA agent on the way from Spokane, Washington, who flagged me for my water bottle is on my team. I've walked the catacombs in Venice with my children and with Young Living distributors who are the top sellers in the world. I sat at a table with half a dozen diamonds at the Drive to Win in Hawaii and had a 5-hour breakfast with them in May, picking their brains on their secrets to success. I now manage a team of almost 4,000 people in 50 states and 7 countries. And we just broke into Spain last night. So you can make that 8 countries now, not 7. This team has added 430 people in a month, which isn't big by diamond standards, but let me remind you where I came from. 2.5 years ago, I was a homeschooling mom in the middle of nowhere at the beginning of the story. We moved across the country. I had no friend circle. We had 0 network marketing experience. I had no sales experience. That's dynamic. I was the one on welfare, guys. I was the one at age 20 who was pregnant, working 2 jobs, and had a 21-hour course load in college. I was the one living on public aid for 12 years. I was the one in government housing. I was the one that had the cockroaches in my house, my kids sleeping on the floor in mattresses. That was me. I was the one that had no food. I was the one that had to choose between food for my children or putting gas in my car so I could get to work. I was the one that was looking around for a quarter to have a loaf of bread so I could feed my kids. I was the one that had to choose what they were going to eat and didn't have any way to feed them. I was the one that got my kids Christmas gifts from the Salvation Army. That was me at the beginning of the story. So if you think you can't do this, it's a lie. It's a lie. Stop believing lies. You're a diamond. All right, you're a diamond. And if a mom who has nothing to give anybody can have all of those experiences in 2.5 years, why do you think you can't do this? Why? There's no difference between me and you. No difference at all. Just a 3-page script and a starter kit. That's it. A 3-page script and a starter kit. So get out there and share. Get over the excuses. All right? Get over the excuses. If you don't like where you are, then dig out. Blast through the mountain. Find your weakness and fix it. Find your gift and share it. Find your way of sharing and get out there and share the script and add people to your team, because you can do this. You can do this. If I can do this, anybody can do this. Anybody can do this. Anybody can do this. I believe in you. All right? I believe in you. I've got one thing to say to that lie. One thing. Jeremiah 29:11, God says, "For I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future." God promises to turn your life for good. It is a promise. So claim it. Claim your future. Claim the hope that is promised to you. Do I share my story with you to brag? No. No, I share it because I know you can do it. I know you can. If I can do it with my weary, adrenally exhausted body, raising a special needs son, up at 4 a.m., homeschooling 5 kids, working full time, you can do this. That's the place I started my business from. If you can make it this far in boot camp, you can do this. The timeline doesn't matter. The size of your friend circle doesn't matter. The location doesn't matter. Your money doesn't matter. Your influences don't matter. Your resources don't matter. The only thing that matters is your will, your passion, your consistency, your focus, your confidence, your tenacity. Get back up and keep going. If you fall off the horse, get back on. Get back on the horse. Here's your challenge. Here's your challenge, and this is how we're going to end boot camp. You got 24 hours, guys. Sit down and write out your goals. Make a game plan. Schedule 4 classes this month. Do follow up. If you have no leaders, order the game plan minis and hand them out to everybody. Hand them out all over the place, all right? Get them in the hands of people that so desperately need a way out, that are around you every single day. If you want this, fight for it. If you're just popping on and you don't know where to start, then get a copy of Game Plan Mini and read it so that you have a fire. Go watch the first boot camp video and the second boot camp video. Get the Game Plan Mini on Amazon for $4 and get it in your hands and read it 2 days from now when it shows up at your door. And believe alongside me that this can happen to you too. If you just finished boot camp, get the audio version. Get it in your head. Promise me that every single time you forget that you have a business, you're going to sit down and you're going to watch the first 2 boot camp videos, the why of your business and our story. You have it in you to go big. You have it in you. Okay, you have it in you. If you finish this, train 2 people, carry the torch, do the bulk order of the game plan books and the workbooks, and inspire your leaders. Pick 2 people in your team and work closely with them. Whatever your style is. If you have 50 leaders you want to get on, then order 50 books and get your leaders on this training. Okay? You know what I've told you since the beginning of the boot camp. There's no wrong way. Just do it. Be consistent. Train 2 to train 2 and keep the cycle going and explode your business. And then share your story to inspire somebody else, because you are a diamond rising. You're a diamond rising. Congratulations. You are now a boot camp survivor. The videos are going to be up forever. They'll be up forever, so enjoy them. March 25th, I'm in Chicago. September 11th, 2017, I'm in Dallas. I'm at the Aroma Share Convention. I'm at Ollie Wanker's online symposium in April. Give us your contact info on the website so I can stay in touch with you and share with you where I'm going to be. Tuesday nights, 8:30 to 9 Eastern, a round table. Ask me your questions on the book. Get private coaching from me for free on Facebook Live. And this is how we're going to end, is with a thank you. All right, a thank you, because it's my lifelong mission to raise people from poverty. And I know that place of poverty like it was yesterday. There are days that I wake up and I still think I'm there because it was like this long ago that I was in poverty. And then I look at the Moses blessing upon our lives and I realize that the Lord has kept his promise to us. And our family, we were faithful with the small things. We were faithful with our tiny little oilability business as it blossomed. And God has made us steward over more. So be faithful with the little things. You can't do what you're called and created to do. You can't do your passion. You can't share your talents if you're in financial bondage. You can't help the widows and the sick and the poor, or your children or your spouse or your parents or your friends when you are on empty. It is time to change that. You need a plan. You need a game plan. And this is it. Share it. Work with the leaders on your team that need this. And together, let's dig out. Poverty over. Diamond rising. Harvest year. I love you guys. Boot camp is over. Thank you for staying with me to the very, very, very end. I love you to the end of the earth. I'll see you on our round tables. I'm going to go rest. God bless you. I pray for you. I pray over your businesses. Share your successes. Share them with me. I'm going to miss you terribly. I love you guys, and I'll see you soon.